has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
Joshua,
to continue their impressive run to place Edo State in the continental map.
Toby Amazon, look at the clock. I cannot believe it. She's done it again. 2 world records in one night. And she makes history by becoming Nigeria's first world champion.
Alex Iwobi decides to go early. Chukwueze shapes the shoot, gets some space. It's Osimhen.
Yes, the Super Eagles are in familiar territory once again after another convincing win against the Fences of Algeria. The semi-final, here we go once again, despite all odds, as well as on-field and off-field matters. The Super Eagles made it an easy peasy against the Algerians, and definitely we are good to go. You're welcome to another episode of Sportville. My name is Farouk Adetola. The men are in the studio with me, and we will be dissecting every angle of the game that happened against the Algerians. You want to talk to them? Definitely after this break.
All bets on sports. What is fair? Huge winnings. What is fair? High odds. What is fair? Fast pay. What is fair? What is fair? Bookmaker Company.
All right, welcome back to the show. Proper is still Sportville. My name is Farouk Adetola. Well, we're so excited to be in the studio because the Super Eagles of Nigeria are making us very, very happy. We are one of the most successful sides as far as the Nations Cup is concerned. We're in the semi-final last time. We are there once again, and we have a date against the host nation in Morocco. I've got 2 gentlemen in the studio. Let me start from my immediate right. Well, former Super Eagles goalkeeper, former Green Eagles goalkeeper. You know him very well. His name is Segun Oguns. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Farouk. It's a pleasure for me, honestly. It's double celebration for me.
Yes, Super Eagles of Nigeria gave him a birthday present yesterday during that game. And definitely today in the studio, we will be celebrating that birthday. You know his name. He's very famous on this program. A sport journalist by excellence and a man that loves the Super Eagles with so much aplomb. His name is Raymond Akwarere. You're welcome to the program, Raymond.
Yeah, nice being here, and great Sunday to all you great viewers of this unique program. Eagles are celebrating. Some tinge of hope. I begin to have some fresh confidence on this team, but I know the next test is Morocco.
All right,
come on, boys, you can do it.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start from because leading to this tournament, we had so much, disappointment from missing out of the World Cup, from not being sure about what the Super Eagles will give to us at this point in time. But ever since they played the first game in this tournament, it's been an improvement after improvement. And I put it to you, Raymond, this latest match against Algeria was a convincing, a total performance from the Eagles.
Yeah, splendid performance. Let's put it that way, because I was expecting more challenge from Algeria.
Yep.
But of course, we've also noticed some improved play from the Super Eagles right from their first game against Tanzania. Remember, we beat Tanzania, we beat Tunisia, went on to even win the other game.
Uganda.
Yeah, Uganda. And of course, beating opponents Mozambique again. 4-0. And the good thing about this victory of yesterday was the fact that the Eagles did not concede as it were against Mozambique. Because when it's 70 minutes, 71 minutes, there was always a goal against us. So perhaps some orderliness is coming to the Nigerian game. Super Eagles are beginning to impress many, even though I've not really forgiven them for those heartaches they gave us regarding World Cup qualifiers. You know, I mean, it was a terrible thing that we did not make it to the World Cup and will not be in the World Cup for the second consecutive time. So they are bringing some smiles, they are bringing some confidence with this outing so far at the Nations Cup. It won't be complete until they win the Nations Cup. I hope they get past Morocco and anything can happen in the final.
All right, we'll definitely cross that bridge when we get there. Let me come to the former Super Eagles goalkeeper, Oguns. You are a goalkeeper, and you know how very important it is for a team in a tournament of this magnitude to keep clean sheets. In the group stages, it was a hard thing to come by. But right about now, back to back, you have kept a very, very impressive clean sheet against Mozambique as well as Algeria. Technically, what exactly would that give to Super Eagles going against the host nation in the semi-finals?
Okay, honestly, from my point of view, in so many years, maybe 6 years from now, we've never had a team like this. We must give kudos to the coaches. You see coaching input in this team. Maybe in the past, we didn't have coaching input, but in this team, we have coaching input. Then we must give credit to also the players for adapting to what the coach is teaching them. As a goalkeeper, for me, if you have a very good team, like today, yesterday the goalkeeper was on break. No shot at goal from the Algerians. And that shows, for me, every team is in the process of building, but it shows some consistency in the team. And if they continue this way and play as a unit, they'll go far. They'll go to the final, probably win the cup. For me, any of the 4 teams that qualify into the semi-final can win the trophy. We have a good team at the moment. By record, by performance, individually, you know, we have a team that can pick the trophy. But we need to keep the concentration. We need to keep the momentum going. I'm very happy about the captain. His commitment is unity with the team, is communication, because as a captain of a team, you need to show leadership. It's very, very key. It's not about who you are, what team you play, whether you play in Madrid. No. Leadership. Captainship is about leadership. Respect from your colleagues. I commend the Ndidi because in today's game, yesterday game, I saw a lot of leadership quality in him. And I'm very happy because they made me celebrate my birthday.
Olusegun mentioned something very, important about the Super Eagles. But here is the take. What has suddenly changed from the Super Eagles we saw some few weeks before this tournament?
A lot of things have changed. Some time ago, it was difficult to even admit that these guys were Super Eagles. On this show, I've said that these Super Eagles were Victor Osimhen's Eagles because only Osimhen was giving us what we wanted to see. Only him was really showing that zeal to achieve. And as far as I'm concerned, I said we did not have good players. I said it here. But in this Nations Cup, they've been able to, I think, not that they proved me wrong, but they were able to wake up from their slumber. I told them that for me to take them serious, I will want to see them win Nations Cup. I want to see them play proper football. I agree with me that they are not playing proper football in this Nations Cup. Not that they have been, I see they have been begged to play. I see, somebody was begging them to come and play for Nigeria. Because you need Nigeria, just like Nigeria needs you. So they up their game, and this time we're not hearing excuses. We did not hear players having problems with the coaching crew, even though it is worrisome that money matters kept cropping in here and there. But of course, they made up their mind. When they play, you now see the seriousness. Yeah. At a point, I would say maybe I would volunteer to play for the Super Eagles. See, that's how they play football. Because I did not see proper football in them. during the World Cup qualifiers, even to the playoff against RDC, over there in Rabat, Morocco. But you saw some improvements, unlike how they were tossed about by Republic Democratic of Congo. This time, many people were even waiting, wanted Nigeria to play Congo in that yesterday's game.
Range.
But thank God, Algeria came, and of course, Algeria have fallen like a pack of cats.
Definitely, they are playing good football at this point in time. Or we'll go for another short break. When we return, we'll be heading straight to Morocco to speak to our man, Matthew Okube.
All bets on sports. One is fair. Huge winnings. One is fair. High odds. One is fair. Fast pay. One is fair. One is fair. Bookmaker Company.
At this time, it is safe to say the Eagles have done the job. It is now operation. The host must fall. Ladies and gentlemen, it is still a coverage of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. We're live from the stadium in Rabat. And at this time, I am privileged to be joined by one of Nigeria's finest experts as far as sports journalism is concerned. One who has made his mark when it comes to covering football events across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the legend himself, Omar Akasuba. Omar, it is a privilege to have you join me on a day as this to look at the Eagles.
It's a pleasure to be with you as well. We have a long history. I learned my trade under your uncle, the late Felix Osagi-Okugbe, legendary, now resting in the bosom of the Lord. And I'm very excited to be here tonight because the Super Eagles just made us all proud by beating the Desert Foxes of Algeria and booking a place in the semi-final to take on the host nation, Morocco.
Now, let's quickly look at the game in retrospect. You saw how the guys file out. It's more like a transition from what we saw against Mozambique coming into this game, and the guys made it look so easy.
As a matter of fact, they raised the level in this game. Against Mozambique, well, because again, Mozambique are not in the level of Algeria, no disrespect. But against Algeria, they even became much more compact. They became much more aggressive. They became sharper. And of course, they missed one or two chances, but the most important thing is they scored two and they won in convincing fashion. I think that the strength of this team is that they know how to adjust to the opponent, they know how to react to the opponent, and they know how to raise their game when it matters. And that's exactly what my colleague from Ghana said to me when I interviewed him yesterday. He said that the Nigerian team will rise to the occasion because of the quality of players in the team. And that quality we have is showing through right now. And this is what we've always wondered, that we have all these players, but when they come together, they seem to play like they are not the players that we see them do. They are not the players we see at their clubs in Europe. But now, they are coming into fruition, and that makes us happy. Because you can't have all this quality across Europe and not deliver results. And the result they are delivering now.
Omar, we build up to the big one. Some persons will tell you it is the finale before the finale. Nigeria up against the host. Yes. I remember I've spoken to a couple of locals. They've always supported the Super Eagles from first to this time. Yes. But they said when the Super Eagles finally lock horns against their side, they will definitely pledge their allegiance to the red color.
Of course.
What must Nigeria do? What must the Eagles do to beat the host in the semi-final?
First thing first, go and watch the game between Morocco and Cameroon and do what Cameroon did not do. Be very compact, be very solid together, take chances when they come and create chances, and be ready to face what you call a psychological and mental onslaught from the 12th man, which is the crowd. I was in the stadium in Rabat. The atmosphere is unbelievable. The good thing is that Victor Osimhen, who plays in Turkey for Galatasaray, is used to such atmosphere, because in Galatasaray they deafen you with their voice, and that's what Morocco will try to do. But I think that our players are aware of such situations. They are used to such environments, and I think that they will be able to cope with what they will face in Rabat. I think at the end of the day, it's the better side that will win. It's not the team or the supporters that scream the most, but the team that plays better that will win in Rabat.
Omar, before I sign out with you, your take on the AFCON facilities, what Morocco has been able to put in place, and what we can also borrow from these as Nigerians.
Oh, there's a lot we can learn. Organization, building infrastructure, maintaining infrastructure. You see Morocco, you've been around Morocco. I'm sure you are impressed by the level of development and advancement. To hear that Morocco is an African country and to see what is going on here, you begin to ask yourself, is something not right?
Absolutely.
Because as an African, we're not used to this level of development. So we must learn, we have a lot to learn. As a matter of fact, I hear that the USA sent a team to Morocco to understudy what Morocco is doing in terms of security and otherwise. So I think that there's a lot we can learn from them, how to organize tournaments, how to have a visionary set of team of people who can build structure and maintain structure. I think that there's a lot we can learn from Morocco.
Yes, interesting. You heard from the man himself, who says it's better other than Omar Akatuba, one man who has seen it all. He has visited some of the best football stadiums across the world, and he has just said it the way it should be said. We can only say all the best to the Super Eagles. We hope that the guys will rise up to the occasion when they come calling in the semi-finals. My name is Matthew Okugbe, and it's still a coverage of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations.
When you're home late from work, you want
Glovo.
Need to shop without the queue.
Just get on Glovo.
Got to grab some sharp gifts.
Order with Glovo.
Pizza, wigs, flowers.
Glovo.
Order anything you want and vibe away. If you need to get it, there's no better way. Ding dong Glovo, ding ding dong Glovo.
Download the app, order anything, track it minute by minute, and we'll deliver.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is still Sportville, and the guys are still very much in the studio. Big thanks to Matthew for joining us earlier on. Now, let's talk about the big semi-final. Nigeria will be facing Morocco. They are the host nation. They have everything going for them. The 11th man or the 12th man, as it's so-called in football. The referee will also be on the side. But the Super Eagles I have seen don't need any extra incentive to play against. But let me start from Segun Oguns. What do you think the Super Eagles must do to conquer the Moroccans?
At this point in time, for me, any of the four teams that qualifies into the semi-final can win the tournament. It's not about Morocco hosting or not hosting, even though they have invested in so much. They have built great stadiums that can host the World Cup. At the moment, Morocco can host the World Cup. They also have a good team. They have won the Under-20 World Cup. They have played, at least they are the best African team at the moment, if you go by the last World Cup.
And the ranking.
And the ranking. But the Super Eagles that I see can give them a good challenge. Very, very good challenge. Honestly. Technically, otherwise. I know that the North Africans are very cocky in terms of football. As a coach, I've played against them severally. But we have a team that can run, that can also play the ball, just like them. And we're physically also balanced. Absolutely. I just wish that, and I hope that they are mentally balanced, because you need 150% concentration to play at that level. I hope they are not taken away by one team or the other. If they keep the concentration going I'm very sure. I'm very, very confident about them with the kind of football they play at the moment. Very, very beautiful, very welcoming, and very attractive. And also, they score goals. That's very important.
Absolutely. Well, they just have to be 100% and 50 to win against Morocco. Now, let me come to you, Raymond, quickly. The Super Eagles are very, very good. They've scored at least 2 or more goals in every game they've played thus far. Scoring is not a problem.
It's a new Super Eagles squad.
Scoring is not a problem.
I can't stop referring to the World Cup qualifiers. So maybe it's a new Super Eagles squad. Because if it had to be some months ago, I would easily give it to Morocco. Like I did on this program when I said Morocco will win the Nations Cup. And I've said it even now that the Moroccan team look good. Moroccans are business-like. They are serious in terms of play and in terms of facilities, as Segun mentioned. We all know that. And they wouldn't want to do all that without winning something. But it has to be on the pitch of play. They've been able to come from group stage to round of 16 down to a quarterfinal, edging out Cameroon, very physical Cameroonian team. But here we are facing the Super Eagles, the new Super Eagles squad. It's some weeks ago, we easily say Morocco will run over Nigeria. But when the team is hungry, when you see a complete team chemistry, or a team that has that flair, as Eagles are playing now, gradually they're beginning to remind us of the squad that won the Nations Cup in 1994 in Tunisia. Even though they are not very close, but of course we are getting to see some outstanding, some orderliness, playing for one another, scoring goals. I mean, you know that we have the most dangerous attack in the continent now. Morocco has to check all of this. Algeria said they were going to check Lukman, check Osimhen, and the rest of them. But we saw what happened yesterday, falling like a pack of cards. If Eagles had converted all their chances against Algeria, but I would have taken 4 to 5 goals in that game. But I think it's another learning process. Eagles will sit back and watch why those goals were not converted. Why did the goals come late in the second half? So perhaps they'll come out with a different strategy. They have a good bench, and Coach Eric Sekuchel has also proved to be sound too, making good team, just perhaps driving away some of those players that were forced on him during the World Cup qualifiers. I mean, everything is just taking a different shape. Even the NFF too, the usual rascality and all that we saw in the World Cup qualifiers, they are withdrawing because they want to celebrate.
Absolutely.
My prayer is that they should not take money and hide the money in their pockets, give it to the players as promised, so that there will be orderliness and no confusion in the camp, as we saw some few days ago. Absolutely. We're tired of hearing those kind of stories. Give the players what is due them, and I can tell you the spirit that they are showing now, they can crush the Moroccans. I pray let it not be a ninth game, because the Lazar lies might be coming again. You saw a very clean environment, Algeria versus Nigeria, and definitely that is how it should be. I hope CAF is noting. I hope the world is watching. Let's say proper semi-final appearance, so that at least African football will be better appreciated.
Well, whatever that time is, we'll definitely score up against the Moroccans. Night, day, afternoon. I think the boys should be ready because they are professionals and they have played in every kind of condition outside of the country, also within the country. We'll go for another break, and when we return, we'll talk about the second semi-final.
Nigeria are back where they believe they belong, the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations 2025. Good afternoon and welcome to Sportsville African Moments. I am Nengi Ernest Ademola. Against a stubborn and well-drilled Algerian side, the Super Eagles showed patience, power and ruthless efficiency, sealing a 2-0 victory to book their place in the last 4 of AFCON 2025. The opening 45 minutes were a chess match. Algeria stayed compact, disciplined, refusing to give Nigeria space. Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman and Akor Adams hovered with intent, but chances were limited. At the break, the contest remained delicately poised. Then came the moment that changed everything. Just 2 minutes after the restart, Victor Osimhen rose above the Algerian defense to meet a pinpoint Bruno Onyemachi cross, a thunderous header, his 4th goal of the tournament, and Nigeria were alive. 10 minutes later, the Super Eagles struck again. Osimhen turned provider, sliding Alco Adams clean through on goal. Calm, composed, clinical, Adams rounded the goalkeeper and rolled the ball into an empty net. 2-0, statement made. Algeria pushed, but Nigeria never panicked. Disciplined defending, intelligent game management, and a calm presence at the back ensured a clean sheet and safe passage into the semi-finals. Nigeria's 16th AFCON last 4 appearance. But ahead of the clash with host Morocco, there is a setback. Captain Wilfred Ndidi will miss the semi-final after picking up his 2nd yellow card of the tournament. His absence leaves a hole in the midfield, with Raphael Onyedika expected to step in as Eric Chell reshuffles his options. Elsewhere in Agadir, drama unfolded. Egypt knocked out defending champions Ivory Coast in a thrilling 3-2 quarter-final classic. The Pharaohs raced into an early lead, struck again before the break, and weathered a fierce second-half response. Despite a late scare, Egypt held firm, setting up a heavyweight semi-final showdown with Senegal. AFCON 2025 is down to the final 4. Dreams are alive, pressure is rising, and Africa watches as history waits to be written. It's been Sportsville AFCON Moments, and I am Nengi Ernest Ademola. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. It's still Sport View, and this is the final lap of the program. Let me go to the former Super Eagles goalkeeper and Green Eagles goalkeeper, Segun Ogums. It's going to be Senegal Lions against the Pharaoh of Egypt. And you know the Egyptians, they always come with a plan. But if you're going to analyze this match, who do you think is the favorite?
The two teams are one of the best football nations in Africa. And they have justified themselves to be one of the best. Egypt has won the Nations Cup about 3, 4, 5 times. 7 times. And Senegal, if you look at their performance, especially at the world stage, at the World Cup level, they have also represented Africa very well. For me, I think both of them have a chance to win the cup, to win the trophy. And judging by the football they have played so far, both teams are star-studded teams. And I find it difficult to go either way. But I want to see a lot of spectacle in their game. I want to see the we call African football in both of them.
Well, guys, that's the size of the package. Well, big thanks to you guys. Your final word before we say our goodbyes.
Yeah, just good. The Eagles are playing well. I've said it before. When you play well, you win some of us. When you don't play well, we can't spare you. So just keep bringing excitement, because football unites Nigerians. And we just want more unity. And the only way for us to guarantee that unity is through better results coming from the Super Eagles. Let's hope it will be as we really want it.
Thank you, Super Eagles, for giving me a very comfortable birthday.
That was sweet and nice. Well, that's the size of the package. This lovely day. We are wishing and hoping that Super Eagles Nigeria can continue to put smile on millions of Nigerian faces. It is Sportville, and big thanks for joining.
Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
To continue their impressive